This time I would like to introduce your visiting lineup for the Wearwell Bombers. Goaltender number 30, Ryan James. On team number 11, Carter Anderson. On team number 21, Jack Cameron. Forward number 19, Jaden Croft. Forward number 5, Brady Cullen. Centerman number 14, Ewan Sims. This time I invite you to please rise and remove your caps and hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello everybody, welcome back here to High Button Sports as we get set for the bronze medal game here at the Andy Guinness Arena. 2 games left to be played in the U15 season. This is one of them, trying to determine who's going to finish 3rd on the year. After a hard-fought year here, dudes, I'm back with my partner. How are we feeling?
Feeling great. Championship Sunday. As a player, as a fan, as a broadcaster, it doesn't get much better than this, and happy to be back here this morning.
Definitely, and with that being said, we will get into it. Fleet picks it up here on the blue line. Passed over to Anderson. Anderson with a shot and a quick save by James. I mean, what else is there to be said to start this game, dudes? It's been a long, hard weekend. Hard fought, emotions high last night. We were all having fun in the rink. Packed barn. These are the 2 teams that come out for the 3rd place, and you know, to make it to this point in the season, it's definitely a testament to all the hard work, and I'm sure a lot of great experience for these first years as well.
Absolutely, and you know, a little bit of a tougher game to get up for, but at the end of the day, it's just another morning between the boards, and just play your game and have some fun. Like you said, good opportunity here for some younger guys to get some experience here in some bigger games, and I look forward to the finish of this one.
That puck picked up in behind. It'll be wrapped around the left side as we let our eyes adjust up here and start our commentary. Know the players well, but takes a second for everyone. Picked up down into the left side corner. Bombers going to get some pressure in there. It'll be 2-on-2 and circling back Lewis. Lewis hands that off. Over to the right side, picked up McKenzie. McKenzie into a shin pad. It'll bounce back. Nova's retake possession here for Heb. Heb up the right side. Over to McLean. McLean's going to bring that in. Quickly pushed off. Now off the boards and in behind Williams. Williams on a cut back. He'll pick it up and now up the right side. Williams hands that off. Quickly knocked over by Jones. Jones back in behind McKenzie. McKenzie off the end boards. Big 15 out there. He's been pretty good this weekend on the back end, trying to lead passes and using that size. He's got the A out there, so a leader as well. In along into the left side, Nova's flicked up. Bombers will pick up. It'll be along the blue line and ricocheted over some heads, staying in, but going for the icing.
Yeah, a little bit of a sloppier start here to start the bronze medal game, but like you said, Jeff, the emotions very high last night. To come down from that is tough, and we're less than 24 hours later, and for these kids to get up here in the morning and get going here says a lot about their character, and really looking forward, like I said, to see how this one plays out.
One back there on the right side, clean to Chisholm, then off the end of the stick in behind. Looking to move that up through the right. Stopped by the Novas. Shot down. James is going to just steer that into the right side corner. A little pressure now. Novas pick up, circling back. Bombers now up the right here over the blue line. They will go shot on and save made. 12:27 to go in the first.
Yeah, so Leo Foran's getting the start here for the Novas here on home ice, and still great support here for this hometown team, and they got a big cheer here this morning. This is an emotional day for all these players too, Jeff. It's the last time some of these guys might play together, and just talking about it kind of makes me emotional, just knowing that I've been through this scenario in some capacity at some point. So, these are lifelong friends and teammates that you're going to have forever, and it would be really nice for either one of these teams to finish on the winning end and be top three here in the province.
Well, I think anyone listening can kind of relate to that, as, not just hockey, it's any sport. You're trying to finish out and end on a positive note, and for one of these teams, they will get that opportunity. So, not everyone loves the bronze medal, but it'll provide at least one more game for us here. We'll head back down into the Novas and 12:15 to go in the first.
Hey, you know what? You want to finish the tournament as a winner, right? I know, like we said, you obviously want to be in the bronze medal game or the gold medal game, but that's hockey, right? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but you definitely want to finish on the winning side of things. So let's make no mistake here. These players are going to come to play. These two teams know each other really well. They're only separated by, 30, 40 minutes on the highway. So the bragging rights and obviously the third place on the line here.
Picked up on the left side, back for Anderson. So now that we got all the emotional stuff out of the way, focused back here on the game, back in behind for Ellis. Ellis up the side here for Heb. Heb's going to grab it over the head, drops down in behind. Croft looking for a stick lift on him. Davidson with a little push in there. Bombers pick back up. Cameron now with it. Cameron, D pass, looking for it up the right side, into the feet of Cohen, and now down the left. Nova stepping in, hands off, McDonald's shot, and that'll just be scooped up with confidence in their net.
Yeah, shot from the high slot there, and just got a stick on it there at the last second, but those shots sometimes they buckle the goaltender down there in the crease. You're down there, you expect a shot to come in at a certain speed, and then all of a sudden it gets deflected. So good job there by James to stay with it and make that save here and get a touch early on.
Picked up in behind. That one's going to be up through the middle. Try to hand it off. Touched back. Lewis, the man going to go for that rush. She'll be back by Stewart up the right side. McDonald. Stopped, and haven't really seen a good chance here yet through the first four. There's a little back and forth continues. Williams down to the right side. Now tipped off by McIntosh in behind. Hustled down into the corner. Chisholm spins out. Novas back to the line as the Bombers slap that into the corner. Nova's getting up the wall to McIntosh.
Good job at the bench there not to touch that up. Good awareness.
That's moved over to the Bombers. Bombers down here in front, spun out Hayden, but not very much on that play, so no penalty. Is just kind of losing the footing, and now an offside will bring us a whistle here with 10:43 to go in the first. And like you said, dudes, a little slow here to start, a little slow. You know.
Just to be expected, though. Like we said, you know, these guys just finished an emotional semifinal matchup it feels like less than 12 hours. I'm not great at math. I think we've all determined that so far. But, you know, less than 24 hours later, and these guys are right back at it. And that's after a long tournament, too, Jeff. So, you know, it's a tough one to just get the legs going. You mentally you want to, but it's tough to do sometimes.
And I'm sure the first goal in this one will open it up a little bit. Still waiting on it. I mean, we're only 4 minutes in, and a big hit there.
That might open things up right there. I was just about to say maybe a big hit.
Couple chances. Back in behind. That puck's picked up. Wraps around the right side and in behind for Jones. Passed across, going to miss that, and it'll wrap the end boards. Back in behind Jones. A little jockeying for position there. Man down in the left side corner. An extra push. It'll come out on the right side. McClellan, he tries to go through the feet. It'll be back to Landry. Landry on the blue line. Fired in behind McDonald. McDonald picks up on that.
Nice play.
Back to McGinnis. McGinnis on the end boards. Nova's looking for a stretch pass. Going to get it over to the right side. Moving in and dragging the foot, McGinnis. And trying to take a shot there.
Yeah, a little bit of a late shot there. I think in my opinion, he had plenty of time to hold off on that. But, you know, maybe send a little message, a little shot into the laces there will wake everybody up.
Well, yesterday I saw a highlight from the Sens game where I think Nico Heischer, Halifax Mooseheads legend, put one into the net after the whistle at the end of the game. And Brady Tkachuk kind of went after him, started a big brawl. So maybe not seeing that here, but on the similar vein, no one really likes shots after the whistle unless you're playing NHL against the computer. Sim down the left side. Sim looking for that handoff through the middle. McGinnis is going to get on the puck there, steer into the corner, and it'll be back around. Grady Cohen jamming away at it once, twice, and now falls out to the right side. And the first couple good whacks at it there for the Bombers. Tied up hard there as Sim gets jumped on. Over here to the left side, Croft. Croft moving in. Stopped. Nova's on the right side looking for a lead pass out. It'll be up near the blue line and set back down and behind. Croft gets it over. Left side. Jumps up the boards and hustle back for Williams. Williams hits the stick. Nova's. Flip it up ahead. Chisholm on the left side. He'll gain the red line and fire it down into the right side corner.
Great dump.
2-on-2 down low. McIntosh going to come out with it. McIntosh hands that off to the right side. Bombers, nice return pass there from McKenzie to McIntosh. McIntosh drop pass, shot by Hayden. Save made.
What a great clean breakout there from the Bombers. You know, when you come up through the middle underneath and you support from down below, you're able to pick that puck up in full speed, but it's a timing play, right? That centerman's on that anchor kind of, and he's going back and forth, or not necessarily the centerman, but F1, but a great clean breakout there from the Bombers led themselves to a good chance.
That was 3 strong sticks down the right side. All 3 got a touch and a shot on. Pardon me. As picked up now, Jones spins out, falls off the end of his stick, and a little chop back in. Fleet's going to have to circle back. Fleet down here to Watt. Hits the stick of Watt. He gains the red line and into the stick of Williams. Williams fans on it and then goes over to Swain on the left side. Swain avoids the hit there as Boyd comes in. Looking for blood. Over to Watt. Swain stops in along the wall and it frees out to the middle for a moment. Bombers trying to maintain possession in the offensive zone. Down the right side, picked up. Behind the back to Fleet. Fleet, a little pressure there. Move to the middle, it's over the circle and a chance for a shot. That one stopped before it can get to the net. Good block as a free puck for a moment there on the circle, or on the dot there on the right side. Pulled in by Fleet, he gets knocked over, and all sorts of Bombers there covering the defensive zone well here to start. Oh. Hit late, and now over to McKenzie. McKenzie up through the middle. He drops that off. Shot stop, Novas. Pass up the boards. It'll be stopped on the blue line and work down the right. Ooh, and hit into the bench there. Almost a guarantee that when that puck flies by the benches here, it's hitting someone, probably a coach.
Yeah, coaches got to be aware down there just as much as the players. So
speaking of coaches, there's Simmer there trying to coach his team to a strong third place finish in his season back.
You know, it's a tough job too for the coaches to get them up for this game. It's on the players at the end of the day, but you know, you got to say the right things in the dressing room, and you know, he probably had a good pregame speech in there, and definitely emotional for sure.
Yeah, and we know Simmer, we know he's confident in this team going forward.
Absolutely.
You know,
there's no reason not to be.
The Pictou County teams, they're never going to go away really at the end of the day, and a strong rookie class here with the U13s graduating last year, and looking for some more players to come up through that in the next upcoming year as we move into next season. Are we already talking about next season? Haven't even wrapped up this one.
Yeah, it's actually been a really good season for both these farm systems, we'll call them, the U13 AAA and AA for the Antigonish area, and as well as Pictou County teams. They've had a lot of winning teams this year that we've been a part of, honestly, so hockey's looking good here in these parts of the province.
Definitely, and even a few weeks ago I was doing the U11 AA here, and Pictou had two teams, I think, in the finals.
So there you go, point exactly.
Even going further down to the 10-year-olds, they're coming up through it. And I know Cameron, who's a D-man here, right there, number 21, has a couple brothers on those teams.
Yep, some good hockey bloodlines through these regions of the province for sure.
Sim up the right side. Speaking of bloodlines, he gets a shot there, and it falls back in behind. McGinnis picks up. McGinnis, he'll circle back in behind. McGinnis plays over to Ellis. Ellis up to Heb. Heb turns it over to Cohen. Cohen with a little pressure there. Oh, and a hit there along the boards, and that'll be our first penalty.
Blindside.
And taking a number there for sure. We'll have a whistle.
Yeah, and guess what we're going to be going to here, Jeff?
And Ian Tape, plumbing and heating power play dudes.
That is absolutely correct. Our first one of the game took a little while, but you know, in today's game, you know, back in our day in the 90s or the early 2000s, that would have been considered a darn good hit over there on the wall, but it's going to be penalized here these days, and the Novas are going to get an opportunity here to strike first on home ice.
Old Tatesy provides us with another power play.
Yep, great support here. This organizing crew's done a fantastic job of getting their sponsors the exposure that they deserve, and you know what, folks, if you got an opportunity to support any of these businesses, I would really advise doing so. These are the type of people that really help these events and events further down the road really happen. So great community event here so far.
Watt up the right side, Watt gonna gain his zone on the power play. He'll look for the pass out in front, a nice chance, and it rolls in along the blue paint. Pretty much on the goal line, stays out, dudes. Passed over to the right side, Watt again. Watt from distance, and that one scooped up with heavy traffic in front. And not quite sure how James saw that in the net, but manages to make the save.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. They don't really care how you do it. Just make sure you get your body in front of that puck, and James has done a good job there so far here in this game.
Jane's a bigger frame back there. I mean, he's no Sam Berthum, but definitely one of the bigger goalies in the league, and using that frame to his advantage a couple times this weekend. A nice shot and down low, and rebound will come out, but it'll be a full clear here with 1:19 to go on the Ian Tate Plumbing and Heating power play.
And one thing I will say is this tournament has been filled with great goaltending. Obviously, there's been great play all around, but it looks like we're in pretty good shape here for goaltenders as long as they stick with it.
Fleet with a low shot. I noticed that too as well. Really no weak spots in terms of goalies over the course of this weekend, which is certainly not always the case. Nova's back to Ellis. Over to the left side. Ellis
Nice
shot
block.
into the pants, and it's going to take a moment for them to get it out, but a nice block and clear there by McLean.
Had good 3 or 4 seconds killed off that puck lodged in his pants, so however, whatever it takes.
3:33 left to go in the first and 36 seconds in the power play. Anderson up the left side. Brought in. Stop-up play there. McKenzie pulls back. Nice little move there. Backhand. Rolls into the corner. Centering again. Grabbed off to the left side. Played back to Ellis. 17 seconds on the man advantage as it's almost done here. Our first one of the game, but they score on the right side. So sneak one by with just seconds left on the power play, and the hometown Novas will go up 1-0.
It's just a shot through a crowd there. Once again, a shot to the net before the power play ended, but that all starts with that puck pursuit from Davidson there. I've been a big fan of him ever since the start of the season, and just love the way he plays between the boards there. He's never takes a shift off, and he went up and got a loose puck there and found his teammate, and they end up getting on the board here late in the power play.
Face off up the left side, or shot up the left side, and 3 minutes to go here, and a big hit along the end boards, and comes up with the puck. Little low shot, looking for it on the right side, and it rolls off the skate. And what a sequence there.
Well, that is
2:52 left to go there in the first.
Dump and chase 101. Great job to get in there and get a body on that defender and cause yourself a turnover. So great chance comes from it, but Janes once again coming up big.
So Bombers looking to get some momentum back here after the PK that resulted in a goal. As Sim runs him off into the boards there on the right corner, looking to free it up. Cameron spinning around. Croft on the half wall. He'll get it back. It hits the pad over to Anderson, and a good hard hustle by Heb. The D-man decides to come off his post to try to maintain in the offensive zone. Picked up by Cohen. Cohen took it back and quickly fans on it and shot down in behind. In along the end board, Sim.
Oh.
Little play on Landry, and it flies off, and belly down there to return the puck.
Yeah, you don't want to get any puck marks on that nice white suit down there, so good job by him. Not known for his shot blocking back in the day, so got himself out of the way in pretty good time there.
Yeah, and a couple gravy stains from the poutine, enough stains on that suit for us. Talking to him the other day, he said, we're getting this thing dry cleaned before Montreal. Oh, poutine in the box, never hurt anyone.
Hey, man's got to eat down there, you know. He's out there working hard down there at ice level, and you know, you got to fuel that tank just like anybody else. Growing boy down there.
Picked up on the right side, and the end boards, Anderson's going to come up with it. It goes through the legs, and now the Nova's looking for a lead pass over to Heb. Heb going to enter the blue line. Shot off the stick, and McKenzie gets a cross-check in there. And surprised they're not going to give a penalty as player down, and it was right in front of the ref after the whistle. McInnes. And we don't show injuries here on high button, so we'll move away, but
Really
kind of surprised that the ref didn't call that in the right corner there.
Yeah, sometimes this stuff just happens so fast, even us up here looking for the game. You know, when down at ice level, obviously you're going to miss things because you're down there, but I mean, I didn't really see it. I just saw the body kind of fly in.
You can miss it, but it was, 5 feet in front of his face there. Well, you have discussion.
Yeah, they're going to talk about it here. They just want to get to the end of it, but back to his feet now, so that's good.
Yeah, he's okay. So are you allowed to call penalties there, dudes? Then if you didn't see it, the arms didn't go up, are you allowed to kind of call an audible as a referee? Or does it just have to be done?
You know, that's a question for a much more advanced official, I think. I think if you get together and have a conference right after, you probably could. But I think based on what we're seeing now, I don't think that's really a possibility here. I don't think you can just call it after. But I could be wrong, of course. So if anybody's in the chat or watching and you know the official rule, let us know, because we always like to learn up here.
Anderson over to the right side. Chisholm, absolutely, just trying to learn. And the refs, they've had a big weekend here. There's been a lot of games, a lot of intense moments. So props to the refs here in Antigonish. It's no easy task to host these U15 provincials. A lot of passion, as we know and have experienced. And you see all sorts of sides of the game here with these big AAA provincial tournaments.
And, you know, these guys are still young men. They're still, you know, growing and dealing with changes in their personal lives and stuff like that. So emotions are very high, and sometimes you don't even know why you're feeling the way you do, but hockey's a great way to lash out, and hopefully you stay within the rules and you're in good shape.
Yeah. Can't really be physical in your day-to-day life these days, so get out there and lay some hits, and we'll continue on. So last minute to play here in the first. Anderson down the right and steers off the pad over to McInnes. McInnes with a bounce pass finds Watt, rolls off the stick of Watt, and Chisholm picks it up.
Heads up.
Chisholm through the middle, and a bone crusher there as both boys stand up and stay on their feet. Gonna lose a stick, but looks like everyone's okay after that one. Definitely feeling that through the body, though.
Yeah, that'll knock the wind out of you for sure, and it looks like he may have just been a little bit winded, but tough kid down there, Chisholm.
Yeah, Chisholm. Nice job from him to show us in the 250 watching his toughness. Down to McDonald on the right side. 14 seconds, looking to get that puck out in front, extend the lead. Bombers gonna need to come out here with something in the second period, maybe get some offensive chance. Don't know how many total shots. Ellis with a shot, and .7 will get the whistle.
Yeah, good late shot there. Just get it to the net with bodies in front. It's a good job there as we get the little fan cam going here. And another really good crowd here, 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Hometown team playing here in the bronze medal game, and they've come out here in flocks once again here in Antigonish, and they just never disappoint, do they?
They do not. And remember that at 1 p.m. today, we'll be having our finals, dudes. The Gulls and the Bandits going at it for a provincial title. So we're going to head to center, take a little break here, and be back for the second.
One.
All right, back here, second period. Just a short 30-second break between our first and second. And we'll have the puck drop in there. Novus over to Boyd. Boyd looking for it for Chisholm. Chisholm off the end of the stick to Fleet. Fleet's going to step in. Chisholm picks it up back over to Fleet. Misses to Landry. Landry into the right side corner. Fleet again. A little pressure there from Cameron as he removes the man from the puck and over the red line. Down the left side, Sim drop pass there, Croft, low shot. That's going to work into the right corner. Grab now, looking for it up through center, Fleet. Fleet brings it in. Down low, Cameron. Cameron stops into the feet of Chisholm, and it'll be hustled after. Cohen looking for it, no ice as it's waved off. 1-on-1 down low, Nova's going to scoop up with it up the left side. Pass hits a stick. And will be sent down in behind McDonald. McKenzie going at it. A little help there from Heb as he finishes off his check. Bombers move up the left side. Breaking in over the blue line. Shot from distance. That blockered away. Bombers in behind. Captain's going to pick it up. Off onto the corner. Swain spins that back in, a little pressure on Boyd. Swain picks it up. Swain hands off. McKenzie onto the feet there of McIntosh. Into the end boards, it'll be grabbed. And Duncan Anderson to the right side, jumps off his stick. In behind Bombers. Bombers right side corner, finishing a check there on Boyd, and another check finished on the Bombers, and hitting to the wall there. Wearwell back to the blue line. Shot from the point, hits the post. Comes out on the right side. spinning down, winds up shot off the mark as McKenzie got, I think, a slash on the hand there, trying to let that shot go as he shakes it off and heads off to the bench. Up ahead for Williams. Williams into the middle, left side, shot there by Swain, and he gets a clean one on, run off into the end boards. Down low to the blue line, Bombers to McDonald. McDonald, shot, hits the end wall again. Heb hands it off to his D partner Anderson. Up from the back end, that will be sent down for an icing in a pretty good segment actually to start our second period here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a much better start here to this period for the Bombers. They've been in the offensive zone the entire time here, and they've forcing the Novas to defend, and they end up just almost panicking and firing that puck down the ice to get themselves the change. So luckily they don't have that rule in place here in this league yet. So it's nice there when you can get yourself a break just by firing it down the ice.
You're talking about the rule where you can't change off on the icing, correct?
Correct.
Well, yesterday I actually saw during the Oilers game, speaking of that, they got caught out. Nurse, I think, got caught out for 3 minutes and 52 seconds on a situation like that. So if they ever add that rule to this league, I'm sure we could see some mega shifts trying to trap guys in the end
Still here pressing the Bombers.
Yes, and we were saying they need to come up with some for their chances, and another one in there, and nice job spinning around by Tucker into the corner, and up here to Davidson. Your guy makes a move on the left side over the red line. Now the blue line, he's gonna hustle that into the end boards.
Look at that.
Pick it up along the end wall. Davidson holds, still with it. Nice pass off there. McInnes, wide open shot, and that one scooped up.
What a shift there from Davidson. Hemmed in the zone there for a minute at least. And he just picks that puck up and gets off to the races, man. He just gets that red line. He gets it in deep, and then he's first on the puck. So that's he might be a little bit of a sleeper pick here, in my opinion, if if he's not on anybody's radar already. I'm a big fan of his play, and you know, I always say he plays the right way. It's in between the boards, hard on each end, and you know, he creates a lot of momentum for his team.
And that's the thing. First on the puck in the offensive zone, dudes. The difference that can make. It's kind of easy to miss when you're getting sucked into the lull of a game, but if a team can consistently do that, they're going to create chances. And McInnes, an individual effort from the D-man all the way up into the front of the net. Shot's going to be wide, however, and it'll be back to the blue line. On the right side, Landry. Landry steps up, taken away, lead pass back to Anderson. Duncan Anderson gets it over to the right side to Fleet. Little pressure there on Fleet. Shot in tight. That one saved, and a nice one. It was that close to 2-0. Don't really know how Janes was able to keep that one out. Seemed like he had the sides of the net to shoot at, but it'll remain 1-0, and now quick play in front there by the Bombers. Chance at one end leads to a chance at the other, and now back the other way.
Penalty behind the play.
Way behind the play. Both getting roughing. So to stop a 2-on-1 on coincidental roughings, dudes.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I've definitely fell victim to that one a couple times over the course of my career. You're back the other way, you got yourself a good opportunity, and then all of a sudden you hear the whistle blow, and it's a little altercation behind the play. Boyd and Gico, as they call them, just getting a little more reacquainted here at the end of the season. Maybe it was the two guys that never got to talk yet this year.
We're all friends here, right?
That's it.
Spun up the left side, so it'll remain 5-on-5. Chisholm on the boards there. It'll fall back in behind McDonald. Played across Bombers. Lead pass chopped down by Hayden. Swept on in through the middle. It'll head back for Anderson. Duncan Anderson on the circle back. Finds McKenzie.
It's the first time I've seen Anderson miss a pass here this tournament that I've noticed anyways.
Up through the middle. Pass held on the left side and now steered in.
Oh. Stick up in the jibs there.
Yeah. As rolls down, McKenzie gets a shot back and Anderson looks to move it open. It's knocked back down in by Williams, and we're over 5 minutes into our second period here. Novas up the left wall, grabbed by McDonald. McDonald backhands it in behind for Anderson. Anderson snaps the pass out, and a close one there on the offside. In along the end boards, Bombers keep the zone. Left side shot buried, and that'll be 1-1. And into the back of the net, depositing of the puck, as I like to say, right sitting there on a platter. All you got to do is elevate that thing with a little power behind it, and you got yourself a free goal. And there we go, 1-1 the score.
Yeah, I think some people will be going back to watch that play at the blue line, but you know, in real time, that's one of my favorite parts about the game is the human element of it, and
right.
You can't review those plays, so just a good job there by the Bombers. They've just pressed and pressed and pressed here in the second period, and they come up big there. And you know, I don't think my dog would have missed that one, Jeff. That was a great positioning play, and found himself a loose puck to put it in the back of the net.
Bomber goal scored by number 24, Brody McLennan.
So McLennan finishes it off. Tanner Hayden doing a lot of the heavy lifting, though, like we said, putting it on the platter for McClellan, and he gets the job done, and it'll be 1-1. So we're all square, and like you said, a much better start here for the Bombers to the second period.
You know, whatever Coach Sims said in the intermission in that 12 seconds that we had for the break clearly worked a little bit here, and just the Novas have defended well. They just aren't able to break out as cleanly as they did in the first period.
Down the right, it'll go over the blue line, shot. That puck punched up in the air, and we'll jump back to Davidson. Sorry, up the right side, a little push. In behind McDonald. McDonald, pass back over. Sim gets a chop at it at the red line, cancels out any potential icing, and they'll head into the end boards. Good heads up play by 14. Up the left side, jumping the stick of Cameron, and back for Anderson. Fresh defense out here for the Bombers. Into the corner, Anderson spins off it. Passed off in front, left side shot, and a nice save there.
It's a big one.
Steered aside, and kind of similar to the goal we just saw on the Nova's end. Just trying to bury it on the post, but this time able to get over and make the stop, so it'll remain 1-1. 12:20 to go in the second, up the right side. Pulled back behind for Ellis. Ellis handed over to Duncan Anderson. Duncan with a shot into the feet, Chisholm. Back to Anderson. Up the wall. Ellis. Ellis moves in. Ellis right side shot and kind of handcuffs him a little bit, but save made nonetheless.
A nice quick feet there at the blue line from the big man Ellis, showing off some of that quickness. Just jumped aside, dodged a check, and you know, it's never a bad idea to get a puck to the net. And like you said, that one kind of buckled James a little bit, but ends up making the save and covering up.
You should have seen Ellis's goal here in one of the first game or two of the tournament. He went on an individual effort and power skater from the back end, and one of the better skaters for a big man in the league. Back to Chisholm. Little pressure and a lead pass here for Hayden, and Hayden picks it up. Hayden off on the break. Hayden stick handling, buries it right side, and that was a beauty, Duder.
That's just a great job to get in behind the defender, but you know what? That play doesn't come without that clean pass right on the tape, and Hayden only had about, you know, I would say a third of his momentum and real good getaway speed there for Hayden as he makes a real nice move there on the breakaway. Not much foreigns can do on that one. You got the Bombers' top scorer coming down on you on a clear-cut breakaway, and he makes a couple moves and makes no mistake, so great play there.
That was like a shootout move you'd see in the NHL, you know what I mean? Like that stop-up play and try to bury it on the right side. I think that one came from a couple TikTok highlights.
So yeah, Hayden's going to pick up his 4th goal of the provincial championship and his 9th point, so not a bad tournament for one of the leaders here for the Bombers.
Hayden, not a guy I knew a ton about, admittingly, but the buzz up here from the parents and kind of in the rink was that he was a real solid player who does a lot of the game, plays a lot of the game right, and obviously can put the puck in the back of the net with those hands.
So Tanner Hayden was actually player of the game for the showcase game this year, along with Oliver Scotland. So we got a little glimpse of him earlier on in the season. And like I said, I just remember We covered a lot of games this year, whether it was the Ice Jam or the regular season, and he's just a guy that caught my eye early on in the season, and he continues to do so here.
Definitely. The Bombers are a fun team to kind of watch play just because of how different their style is to the rest of the league. Brought in. Hayden again. Shot that blocker to side. Looking for the rebound. Stick handled. Picked up now by the Novas. Up through the middle. Chisholm looking for a lane. He's going to have to beat 3 guys.
Right down Broadway.
Yeah, knocked off the stick there. Little push there and behind. It'll go one-on-one. Cut back by McDonald. Back to the blue line. Duncan Anderson. Good skating there on the crossovers, and that's a lot easier. It looks a lot easier than it is to do what Anderson just did there.
Especially with the pressure coming at you at the line. That puck gets poked off his stick, and it's a breakaway the other way. So the confidence and the smoothness of Anderson's skating there is really what kind of people identify as probably his best skill, along with, he's a great passer as well. We can say a lot of things, but that was just a real smooth skating sequence there for Anderson.
And I think if we could go back in time and maybe watch some of the practices from the Novas here at Antigonish Arena, you'd see Duncan Anderson maybe practicing that movement on the blue line.
Yeah, these lots of really good coaching here in this province, and the development is clear here. As you know what, at the end of the day, some of these players, 13, 14, 15 years old, still at the ripe age, and you can see that the development plan is working here across the province, in my opinion.
I was thinking about that last night when we finished up, just how fun it is to do this league and be able to watch the kids kind of develop through. The U18 is fun, but they're kind of, young men at that point. Not really as much focus on it. The U13 is fun as well, but still so far to go. The U15 is really where, they start to hit puberty.
Yep.
They start to grow right in front of our eyes as players and honestly people. So it's a real fun league to be involved in. In along the end boards, that rolls up back to the blue line. Shot from distance, and it steers into the corner. Swain gonna look to pick that up. Swain onto the end boards. Battled for there. It'll trickle out. Swain again. Back to McDonald. Into the corner. It's swept on, but it'll just be turned over to Ellis. Ellis there as we're inside 10 minutes to go here in our second period and approach halfway through our game. Here for Chisholm, gets that back leg, pass off in front, and the Novas starting to sniff around the net here. Back in mind for Anderson. Up the wall, Watt stops it. Watt still with it. He'll pull it down out of the corner, onto the stick there, Swain again. Nice long shift here for the Bombers forwards.
Good pressure here from the Novas, good pushback.
Grab down low. He picked up. Watt trying to grab that puck. It's sent into the end wall.
Good read.
And a little risky business there. Worked out in front into the end boards. Jones with a hit, and Bombers pushing away. It frees up for the Novas. Novas ran in against the wall again. Looking for that puck. Shot that once. Save made. Over to Watt. Watt, he'll get ran off in the boards, and a little pushback, and keep an eye down there on the right side. Okay, they'll both separate.
Looked like we were almost going to get a tilt there.
I know. I was going to say they might have just said, forget the puck. Let's go at it. Shot from the point, rebound in front, batted away at, and stays out.
What a save there from Janes. Kicked out that right pillow at the last second, desperation mode, and what a save.
Right on the doorstep. We've had a couple chances on the doorstep so far here today. Over to Davidson. Davidson up over the blue line. He hands it off. Shot, scores,
what
top
a rip.
left. Pardon me. And buried. 7:35 to go in the second. And it'll be tied up at 2 again. So an even game. And a great pushback here from the Novas after a tough start to the period. We'll be all square the second to go, and I think the fellas have officially got up.
Yeah, that was just real good, relentless pressure in the offensive zone. but Bombers weren't able to get the puck deep in the other end, and a nice quick up there by the Novas, and I actually saw the coach communicate with where it was, and wouldn't you know it, Davidson leads the rush, gets a puck into a slot, and what an absolute snipe there from McDonald.
Up through the middle, Anderson. He hands it off to Sim. Sim stick handles up through the middle of himself. Pulled back, Novas, Davidson. Down the left side, Davidson gets laid out. Duder sheds a tear. Picked up on the left side. In up the glass. Back grab by Cohen, back to Chisholm. Into the end boards, grabbed by the Bombers. Held back. Gonna go through a skate up here through the middle. Over the red line, Cameron stops up. Able to shoot that into the end boards, and the Bombers into the offensive zone for the first time in a couple minutes. 6:36 to go in the second. Down along the right, Cohen cuts it off. Gico pressures Anderson. Anderson gets that pass up to the middle. Chisholm, now McDonald. McDonald on the left side, lead pass. Spun around and had to pick it up on the backhand, but maintaining possession. Nova's down low again. Pass back to the line from distance. That a few inches over the top of the net. It'll be McInnes along the wall in behind for Williams. Williams up to the middle, intercepted McInnes, and coming in and finishing his check. Oh, pass out in front and stop trying to get it away. Left side shot, glove down, but the rebound in, and the Novas will go up 3-2 here on the Bombers, and a swing back the other way, and momentum continues.
Yeah, O'Jane's got a piece of that there on that attempt, and made a real good attempt to make that save. Got a piece of it, but it ends up finding the back of the net. And like you said, the game's kind of gone, not a whole lot of neutral zone play. It's sustained pressure at one end, it's sustained pressure at the other, and now the Novas make good on an opportunity there. Just a flurry of opportunities down in front of that net.
With 5:52 to go, the Novas scoring 2 here to not only tie it, but take the lead. Up to McDonald, and the Bombers are going to have to dial back in. We're going to head to the dressing room in 5:41. We'll see where the score is at when we get there. Picked up to Hayden. Hayden looking to tie this game up again. Down the right side, off the end of the stick there, Boyd. Cut off along the wall. Picked up McDonald over to the right side. Novas over the red line, now blue. Pulled back, down into the corner, passed out in front, and that one almost ricocheting in. Chisholm, centering pass, held on. Over to Hayden. Up through the middle. Lewis, drop back pass, Hayden. Shot's gonna hit the end boards. 5 minutes flat left to go here now in the second as the Novas move it back up. And McDonald offside. The line, he waved it and then called it.
Yeah, sometimes your brain tells you one thing and your body tells you something else. And the good news is that he ended up getting the call correct there.
Yeah, that was the correct call.
That one was pretty obvious, but you know, it's been a long tournament for the officials here too. We don't spend too much time harping on them, but it's a thankless job, and the last thing they want to be doing is getting the gears from us bums up here in the booth.
Absolutely. I don't know much about reffing other than I haven't really liked them. Back and behind. When I was a player, of course, as a commentator. I've seen good, bad, and everything in between. It's a tough job to do. I used to be an umpire back in the day in baseball, and kind of on a similar vein. You're hearing it from the parents regardless of what you do. Oh. That one down into the corner. Cameron on an individual effort. He plays it back to McDonald. Looking for a centering pass, shot and tight, and a nice chance there as the arm goes up. So speaking of the Zebras, a cross check there and probably the right call in front, but a good save there by Forens to keep this a 1-goal game, because that was an in-tight chance, and Jones will head to the box. Power play chance with 4:19 to go in the second. Down 3-2.
You know, the crazy thing about reffing too is everybody has a different opinion on it. It's all based on what you see or what you feel, and a lot of the times emotions kind of get in the way of things, but it's just such a gray area for fans and everybody alike. It's just everybody's going to have their own opinion. It's similar to like a movie or something like that.
Exactly, and how many of us sign up to do jobs where you're basically signing up to split people's opinions and get yelled at?
That's right.
Not a lot of jobs really desired in that vein. Williams plays it across, but it is an Ian Tate heating and plumbing power play. Can't forget that. Tucker back here on the blue line. Tucker down the right side to Williams. Williams back to Tucker in the middle. Shot from the point, tipped in and just inches by on the right post. And a good setup here to start the power play for the Bombers, but now into the feet spun around. McInnes on the wall, and he'll get it out, so bit of a jinx here from the commentator. Back to Tucker. Tucker, 3:32 to go in the second. It'll be grabbed. Lead pass into the middle, Anderson. McKenzie. McKenzie brings it in himself down the right side. McKenzie back to Williams. Williams sees a little lane on the right side. Will steer it in behind onto the stick of Ellis. Ellis up the wall. Sim does a nice job keeping it in and going to fire it down into the corner. 49 seconds to go, 3:08 in the period. Sim slows it again. Sim, cut move over to the left side, back in behind. It's going to be knocked off the stick there by Ellis. Bombers trying to keep it in the zone, but also get it squared up to that net. Maybe get it to Hayden if you can. McKenzie. Now he does get it to Hayden. Sorry, McIntosh. I think they switch off captains based on the jersey color. That might have thrown me off. Back to the line, McKenzie. McKenzie, left side, McIntosh in the middle. Slap, gonna roll up into the gear, McDonald. Fished out. And with 11 seconds to go, it'll be back to McKenzie. He'll have to skate this one back in. McKenzie, crossovers. Shot. Pass off in front. Left side, save made. And with 2:12 to go in the second, whistle goes.
Yeah, real good power play there for the Bombers. Real good puck movement. They moved around the zone. The last thing you want to be doing is be stationary out there. It just makes the job a lot easier for the penalty killers, but they just aren't able to beat Florence there on the peeper, but some good positive signs there for this power play.
And we like to talk about that too. How are you going to build off it after the power play? Still 2:08 to go in the second. Down one the Bombers. Led at one point in the period. Up through the middle. Shot high and getting a little lucky as that was a hard shot with some net to hit, but missing over the top. Picked up on the right side. Now through the middle. Anderson with a cut move to the left. He'll chase after his own puck. Into the hash marks. Still with it. Backing around. Free puck in the corner there. Heb slows it down, tries to get it out, and it's swept off the stick there by Cohen. Moving out. Anderson, left side. Anderson gonna play that back in. Hitting the referee and staying in the zone. Now it'll be knocked out off the stick of Swain and gloved down. Left there, 1:19 to go in the second. Remember, 10-minute break coming at the end of this period. Bombers sweep that through from Swain. Grabbed by the Novas, a little pressure there. Spun back around left side, over to Chisholm. Chisholm in behind for Anderson. Anderson around, Cameron. Cameron on to Anderson. Up the wall, stop, shot. Looking for Watt, Watt in front. Cut move, won't make it. 46 seconds to go now. Back to the line, Boyd. Boyd into the skate, right side, shot, save made, and a good bounce back shift here from the Novas after the PK. Bombers up the left side, 35 seconds to work with. That one will be sent into the end boards. Florence slows it. Up the right, Novas in behind. Swung back around, Chisholm. Chisholm enters on the left. Played to the middle, wind up for a shot, rebound right side, and a big block there in front, dudes. Pretty much saving a goal. McLennan down the right side, he'll shoot it in. And that block was by McLean, and McLean is to thank for this to be still being 3-2 as we end at the end of 2 periods and about 15-minute break here in the middle as we'll let Belly take us off, and we'll be finished here for the second, back in about 10 for the third. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, back here for third period action in between the Novas and the Bombers. Trying to find a third place finisher for the U15 season. 3-2 lead here for the Novas after 2. 20 minutes to see what we could come up with. As we'll get into it here. Pass up the left side. Rolls off the stick and into the end boards. McDonald played across. That one's chased into the corner. Watt ran off into the boards. Grabbed and over to the left side. Bombers lead pass up the wall. It'll be chased after. Nice job electing to take puck over body there on that chance. Williams now finding some open room. Williams into the left side. He stops back on the hash marks. A little pressure by Watt, but the Bombers hold. Remember, the Bombers came out of the second period hot, taking the lead, so we'll see if they can repeat that here for the third. Pass down in front for Anderson. Anderson to Stewart. Stewart fires it into the end boards. Grabbed along the wall. Moved up through the right. Bombers. Hits the stick, so no ice. Chased in behind from McInnes. Ellis feeds it up the right side. Nova's looking to get it out. Heads back to Anderson. Anderson back to the Bombers. In towards the middle, past the stick of Stewart. Anderson spun on. Heads over to the half wall. Gonna be back in his own end, a little touch pass and pick up. Don't see that every play. Worked over to the middle, turned over Novas, and a clear-cut trip there by McDonald.
He could have called that one from at home.
Yeah, and a penalty there. 18:08 to go in the third. And I don't think there's gonna be much complaining from the bench or the parents on that one.
So back to the Ian Tate Plumbing and Heating power play we go, Mr. Jeff. And another opportunity here to add to their lead.
Faceoff will come here on the left, and obviously a lot of time left, but kind of a big moment in the game here. You don't want to let anything slip away with time ticking away in the third. Try to keep this a one-goal game for the Bombers.
Yeah, the next goal is pretty big for both these sides. Probably not the biggest point of the game, but definitely a very important part of the game here for both these teams.
And they'll send out the best 9 they can muster up here for the start of this one. Lots of good players out there right now. Trying to give an advantage. Still obviously not the intensity dudes we're going to see later in the finals. But the guys have come together here, put together a pretty good game. And we were saying that second period was a solid period of hockey.
Yeah, so it was back and forth action all period. So looking to continue that here in the third.
Pass down front, shot, and that one rolls up the right side, and a nice opportunity there. As two Novas swinging to the front of the net. Fandon keeping the zone now, 1:17 to go. It's over to Watt. Watt shoots, and it bounces back in behind. Down on the right side corner. Novas come up with it. Knocked over in the middle. Bombers up here through the left. Cameron gonna bring that down himself, the D-man, short-handed pass in front, rolls off the stick, and you think if he was the other way, he would have buried that, dudes?
It certainly was on a little bit of a platter, but you know, you gotta get yourself opened up to the puck carrier. Just a little bit late doing so, but a great play there from Cameron. And you looked through your screen there, he looked, shoulder checked 3, 4, 5 times before entering the zone, and he knew exactly what he wanted to do. You know, that's tough to do, especially at the younger age. You kind of want to be a step ahead. It's tough, a lot easier to say than it is to do, but Cameron showing us a real good flash there, some good skill and IQ.
Picked up and sent the length of the ice, so 24 seconds left to go on the Ian Tate Plumbing and Heating power play. As Ellis heads up the left side. Ellis. Passed into the middle. Puck jumping around and into the right side corner. Nova's back to Ellis. Ellis holds. Over for the Novas. 3 seconds to remain on the man advantage, so that'll be done now. Fleet with a shot and gloved there. One last chance on the man advantage.
One thing we've seen a lot of is scoring chances at the end of the power play opportunities, that's one I feel like, the last couple games, obviously I haven't been here all weekend, but the end of the power plays, they always get this good scoring chance opportunity now as we get a little camera time here this morning. So
yeah,
now the viewers get a view of who the dummies are behind the mics now.
Exactly. Couple voices up here in your heads. Don't look now if you want to add a face to it. Sent down for the Novas. That'll be covered up the other way. 15-57.
Boyd gave his own goalie a little snow shower there, unintentionally, of course, but a little chuckle between those two. And it's been a long season for these teams. This is it's a long route to get here, and just to be in this tournament to start is a good thing. So, they got good spirits down there here so far in this game.
I love that move, snow showering your old goalie, loosen it up a little bit.
And wake him up. Maybe he was a little sleepy down there. You don't know. Maybe he asked for it, right? We don't know. We don't know what's going on underneath. All we can do is call it how we see it.
We're all here to have fun at the end of the day, right?
That's it.
Here on the left side, Croft, he'll take a bit of a bump. Passed off to the right side, shot into the corner. Williams picks up, sent back. That will head up the wall. Chop back in, Croft into the middle off a Sim stick. Over to Williams. Williams down the right, in over the blue line. Still with it, individual effort shot. Williams, save made. Is got through about 5, but couldn't get through 6 Novas players. And a good save by Florence. He looks pretty locked in back there with 15-12 to go.
Williams there, he can say a bunch of good things about him. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, a first-year player, and what a smooth skater. It looks like the sky might be the limit, and he could be an absolute force next year for this Bombers team.
Back to the blue line, a low shot. Saved in front, McIntosh, hands off. Another shot, that rising puck, and the Bombers getting some sustained pressure here. Back over, fanned on. Bailed out, though, as Swain gives it a chop. Didn't get a stick on it, so heading down. And we've seen Sim do that same thing, stay on the red line and wait for that pass and chop in. So kind of a dump and chase strategy the Bombers are implementing by putting a winger there on every shift.
Yep, sending that weak side winger. You want to draw that defender out and make sure you're on the proper side of the red line there so you don't get an icing call as we've seen. And, sending that weak side winger is not a new tactic. It's a team that usually holds the blue line very well, like this Novas team. You want to kind of split them up and give yourself a little more time in your defensive zone.
Down low, it's in on the left side. Novas fan on that puck. Inside 15 minutes to go now in the game. Still 3-2 for the hometown team. Over to Stewart. Bounces off the stick of Stewart. And into the end boards for McDonald. Played up the wall to Swain. Swain, lead pass, a little bit risky there. McDonald chases after it on the left side. Back in behind, Bombers. Bombers into the skates as McIntosh, not sure where that one went. Up the left side, shot by Novas. Puck rising high. Swain with a stick on it. Swain getting lots of good minutes out here for the first year as he looks to finish up his first season. Up through the middle and knocked down. That'll be a penalty. And do you want to take a guess what they're going to get it on? Hook.
Too late for me to guess. I kind of got a little flashback of last night with that penalty shot, but he definitely wasn't in the clear there, but it's a penalty nonetheless.
What a crazy moment that was here in the rink. Penalty shot. Trying to even up that semifinal game, or trying to make it a 1-goal game, and a little bit puzzled here, the Novas defender McInnes, and that'll be an Ian Tate. Fleming and Heaney power play. Grabbed on the left side. Back to Cameron. Cameron over on the top of the circle. Cameron gets it back over to Sim. Sim into the middle, and puck's loose for a moment, and maybe a little too light on that puck.
I would have liked to see Sim shoot that puck from that area. It's not often you're able to just walk right into that high slot area, and he's a good passer, and it's good vision, and it's, it's not the wrong play, but I just would have liked to see Sim rip that puck there and get it on net.
Up through the middle, certainly seems like he's a pass-first player, at least right at this exact moment.
He sees the ice very well.
Ran off into the boards there, Sim. McIntosh helps keep in. Sim grabs down. Nice pass there on the left side. Opens it up a little. Chance to step in. Going for a real sharp angle. Picked out of there. Sim spinning around and
Good second effort.
keeping the zone.
So one thing to note here, Jeff, this is a pretty much all first-year power play, so Coach Sim getting his guys the experience. And, you know, you got Cameron, Croft, Sim, and Williams out there. So, you know, this is a part of the development process as well, so I love to see that there from Coach Sim.
Sim down in. He's going to pass off into the middle, and no one home for that, but it gets tipped over to the right side. And that's got to result in the shot, dudes. I understand you want to send it to the bumper position, but 3 Novas playing in tight, a good defensive team. Probably just take the shots where you can get them.
Absolutely, and we talked about that, especially, you know, we've seen this Bombers team score a couple goals yesterday just by getting that puck to the net through a couple shooting lanes, and you just never know what's going to happen with some bodies in front.
Over to Gico, he hands off.
Nice move.
Picked up on the right side, Cameron. Cameron gonna skate that in himself, played out to the middle, but intercepted Novas. Only 6 seconds to go on the Bombers penalty, sent it to the end boards, and Davidson hustling hard. He gets to it first, and it'll be back to the Bombers on the right side. Cohen with it. Cohen to the middle. Hand it off and back to Lewis. Lewis turns it over to Landry. Landry makes it in with a cut move and another try with it. He's on an individual effort. Backhands. I don't know if that caught the mask or what, but steered into the corner and a nice save on an individual effort there.
Yeah, great save. The helmet's part of the gear too, so makes me think of way back in the day of those times when the goalies didn't wear masks. And it's kind of crazy to think about now is how many shots you see up off the face area.
Absolutely. Almost hard to fathom.
Yep.
But also a lot of things from however many years ago, 70, 60 years ago, probably hard to fathom. When did they start wearing masks, dude? Are you a hockey historian? Can I put you on the spot here?
You know, if my old man was in the building here, I'm sure he'd be able to lock that in pretty much right away. But I know it was like, it was after the shot started to get a little better. I know that for sure. This is long before our time, of course. But we'll try and find out.
1959. So how close? Well, that was actually pretty close. I said 60, 70. So what's that? 59, so, you know, 75 years?
Not quite. I think my old man was born in...
No, that's 75.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and do math up here, folks.
Let's stop embarrassing ourselves.
Yep.
But nonetheless, we'll head over here to the left side and bring it in. Down through the middle. Shot into the end boards, and that wraps around.
Yeah, those numbers put me in a pretzel up here mentally. I won't lie to you, folks.
Duty giving me a straight face after that one. Sort of put it on the spot, but picked up on the end boards. 10:22 to go in the third. Ended up the left wall and going to be skated out. Back in behind, looking for a centering pass. Shot in low, and the Novas from on the top of the blue paint. One of the Novas' parents to our left goes, "Oh, come on." I think wanting to call.
Hey, you hear that quite a bit here in the rink this weekend. That's for sure.
Up through the right side, McInnes. Off the end, Bombers. Little piece of shrapnel on the ice from a stick or something.
Ref sees it now. He heard us.
Up the right, and individual effort again, trying to make it through 3 guys using the hands only. It'll be turned over to the Novas with 9:34 to go. So inside our last 10 minutes here, Cameron cut move. Gets over to the right side. And now on the delayed offside.
Yeah, a little bit of sloppy play there at the blue line. I thought the Novas had a lot more time to get that puck out and up to the red line, but they flick it up over and turned it over. Luckily, they get an offside call here.
Play down here in front. Landry's going to work it out in behind. Stewart. Anderson on the end boards and up through the right. Picked up, shot down. That's going to bounce over to Cameron. 8:58 to go, and haven't had a whistle here in a while, and I have a feeling we're not going to see too many before the end of this one. 1-goal game, however. Up through the middle, touched off, and Stewart tries to bring that puck in. Back McClellan. And a little feedback here over the loudspeaker in Andy Ganesh Arena. I don't think that's our end, is it?
No, I think it's the teams underneath getting ready for the next game, maybe. Sounds like a speaker in the dressing room as I can feel it on my feet here.
Funny enough, when I was up at Dominion Arena a little over a year ago, it was the same deal, where the dressing rooms are right under, and you could basically feel the song through your feet and determine what it was. It drove me absolutely nuts after like 3 days, but it was funny for the first day.
Well, we did just get a report down from our on-ice cameraman, Mr. Justin Belanger. The ice, very choppy out there today. There has been a ton of hockey on this arena, and that is not a knock on the crew here. They do absolutely everything in their power, and they've done a great job here. But when you see those bouncing pucks and pucks taking those bounces that you wouldn't normally see, that's why. And he's down there on the ice. He feels it, and oh my.
Heb hits the crossbar and looks skyward. Ran off against the end boards, and that's some good insight for us dudes. And the Andy Ganesh ice, I'm pretty sure, is known for being good. And they do a really good job here. It's relatively new. I know they got it renovated in 2015 or so. So really takes a lot of high-quality hockey to rip up the ice here. And that's what we've seen over the past 4 days. So that adds up.
Certainly does. And that's to be expected, too. You could put, you know, this tournament on the best NHL surface in the world, and it's going to be choppy. That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
And it does get warm in this rink too, man. It's a battle for these guys sometimes because a lot of bodies in here. They got the heaters going. You know, it's the end of the season, so it's not cold really outside anymore to help. So those 3 factors definitely play into a end of the year tournament. Picked up and just kisses the glass there. Ellis spins it back around. 7:13 to go in the third.
Ooh, fake there from Janes. Little deception there from the goaltender.
Passed down, and that will be an icing. And I want to say we're in a lull here, but not really any fantastic chances with 7 minutes flat left to go in the third. Skating maybe taking down a few notches.
You know what? These guys are probably tired, if I'm guessing. I know we were talking to a couple parents before the game, and even they're tired from, you know, it's a family event. It's a team effort all the way in the sense of the word or the term. And,
yeah,
you know, but you just got to find it here for the last 7 and try and get yourself into a third-place finish.
Anderson, it'll steer back in behind for Chisholm. Chisholm worked into the end boards. Anderson going to grab. Lead pass to Swain. Swain off to the right. Shot from distance, and still a chance here to tie it up, dude. 6:39 to go, and we're in a 1-goal game.
Yeah, there's lots of time left here. We seen this last night right to the very, very end of the last buzzer where there are opportunities and pushback. So good job there by Swain to pick that up, not lose any of his momentum as he had to get spun around there on the exit pass. But good opportunity and pass it over to Hayden. You always want to have the puck on his stick here if you get an opportunity to tie things. And just a good save there from Florence, who's been dialed in since giving up 2 goals.
Back to the blue line. Shot down in behind McLean. Pressure down low, Chisholm. It's going to wrap around the boards there. Picked up, looking to hit in stride. A mini collision along the boards, frees it up for a moment. Over to Anderson. Anderson on the left. Pass. Flies up the stick there. Boyd in behind. Little pressure in and kind of gets a push up there. Frees up the puck. Novas. Bombers going to need a little push here with 6:01 to go. Looking to get caught in behind. Hayden off the end of the stick, and a nice play to jump back for it.
I expected a little eruption there on the play, but looked like just a clean defensive play there, and just bodies getting tangled up down there.
Slapped at, losing the stick, and I don't know if that one was worth it by Jones, and then looking for a call, shot high as he still had the stick in between the legs, almost gets him. And what just happened there, Deuce? He held onto the stick, so they said they wanted the call.
Yeah, you can get a penalty there for illegal equipment, and it's actually quite frowned upon there with that broken stick there. It's basically a weapon. It's already a weapon to begin with, but yeah, sometimes you forget, right? You're down in the moment, and you just forget to drop the stick, and you could hear the fans knew the rule, that's for sure.
Yeah, Simmer did too. Over to Landry. Landry with a shot off the shin pads. Picked up now. McLean. He rolls in on the left side. Pull back play, pushed off into the end boards. Grabbed, back over, rolls off the stick. Bombers looking to get squared up here with 4:50 to go. Cameron picks it up. Cameron, chance in front, and it's ricocheted out. Not gonna get anything off that chance.
Looking for Hayden back door. It's the right play, just couldn't execute.
Anderson to the right side. Shot into the glove, and that'll be covered up, and it is kind of weird when that stick breaks, dudes. I had a stick break last week during my semis on the end boards, and it broke kind of in the same spot where it just explodes in your hands and the fiberglass goes everywhere, and then you clutch that right side because you're, where'd my stick just go, and maybe just an extra second with it, so not enough for a penalty, but certainly I'm sure something people who have played and who are watching can relate to.
Yeah, and all of a sudden the sticks are already really light, and then you kind of feel super light, and sometimes you don't even notice, right? But yeah, it's definitely an illegal play to be rolling around out there with a broken twig.
And we've made the joke so many times, like there goes $400 when they break it. So now, as soon as I see a stick break, I'm just like in my head, how much is that going to cost the parents, or is that a Christmas gift that just blew up in front of our faces, or what?
You just got to hope that it's on day 29 of the warranty and you can take it puppy back.
Sounds like speaking from experience there.
Most certainly am. Broken a few sticks on some two-handers over my career.
Yeah, I was about to say, couple off the shin pads or what?
Yep. You know, when you break a stick in a hard play, you're not too upset about it, but when you whack somebody or something like that, it's a little more frowned upon.
Yeah, more shin pads than shots for your broken sticks, I'm thinking.
Most definitely.
Back to the line for Anderson. Down the right side, Chisholm as we roll into the last portion of this game. 1-goal game with 3:31 to go. That's going to be over to Hayden. Hayden, a little touch pass between the legs, looking for a lead pass, bounces off the shaft of the stick. Cohen picks it up, worked over to Anderson. Anderson on the intercept into the feet of his changing teammate, so that'll be a free puck for the Bombers as Cameron grabs and hands it over to the right side. Entering the zone there, drop back shot, and save made.
Yeah, good job there. Florence out at the top of the crease, and when you get a good opportunity for a shot and you look up and he's just right out there taking away that angle, smothers that up, no problem. And, you know, maybe not the biggest save of the game, but a timely one for sure.
Absolutely. 3:08 to go.
Nice little look here for the face-off.
In on the end boards to McDonald. He plays it back in behind Williams, down the wall. Picked up by Sim. Hands off on the right side over to Williams.
Good support.
Nova's intercept, looking to get it to McDonald. McDonald backhands it up to the other McDonald. Shot into the corner, and that one's going to go through the blue paint. Bombers here on the right side, 2:37 to go. Shot from distance, Anderson. They're going to keep it going here, Williams. Williams into the middle, turnover, looking for Watt. Watt, low shot, misses him behind.
Oh, he lost a twig there. Oh, McKenzie. He's got her back now.
Sim through the middle, will continue on, only 2:19 to play now. Bombers looking for one. Hand it off, Sim, left side, holds, pass in front, shot, scores! Cohen buries it and ties up this game.
And, you know, and that's where that pass-first mentality from Sim really comes in handy. Had an opportunity to rip that from a bad angle, and just incredible vision there to get that puck back door. Didn't go to its intended target, but Gico on the back door put himself in a real good position. He didn't overskate that puck, and he gets himself the tying goal here late in the third period.
So 2:11 to go. And after not many scoring chances at all for the Bombers during the period, they get one and a quick shot back the other way. Back in behind and now scooped up. So Grady Cohen, friend of the show, buries the tying goal with 1:57 to go.
And you know where that stemmed from too, was James kept that puck in play there had an opportunity to cover it up, let it go. They go back the other way and they score. So maybe more of an underrated part of that play was that portion of it right there.
Absolutely, Janes read that play perfectly, obviously, as it results in the tying goal for his team up the right side. And I don't know if he's going to get an assist on it, but certainly started that one from the netminder. In front now, Chance Hayden shot, and that one scooped up by Florence. And funny enough, Florence credited with an assist yesterday when sitting on the bench as the backup goalie. Have you ever seen that, dudes?
I think I probably have, nothing that I can recall, but pretty funny moment for sure. And yeah, you got to like that. You know, you don't even step foot on the ice for the game and you get yourself a point. But we're going to have a timeout here now, and it's going to go to the Bombers. So full 30 seconds. But, you know, this is very classic as to what we've seen here this weekend, right down to the last wire. And just about over a minute to go here in this game, and deadlocked at 3, so 3's all across the board here, and you never know what's going to happen here in these last dying moments.
17 seconds to go in the timeout. And we'll get a look over here at the Bombers bench who just tied it up. Not many words being exchanged here in front by the Novas.
Probably just you know, let's just keep doing what we're doing here. It's a tie game. We got to this point. Not much more you can say at the end of the season like this, Jeff. It's kind of on the players. You've said as much as you possibly can all year, and sometimes it just falls on deaf ears. I'm not saying that's the case here, but, you know, just, hey, let's go out. Let's finish the last 139 hard here, and hopefully we come out on top.
So 99 seconds to go. Showed out Wayne Gretzky.
He's probably watching.
Into the corner. Picked up by the Novas. Up the boards, it's spun around. Novas looking for a lane up here on the left side. 1:23 to go, steered off by Janes, losing the stick there. Goaltender without a stick, but it'll head back to center. Won't have a chance to grab it though. Calling for one back there, saying, "Get me my stick," and he's gonna pick it up and hand it off as the play continues. And
he's lucky.
Nice heads-up play.
I think you can be penalized for that, having 2 sticks in your hand.
Ah, what about half a stick?
As well, yeah.
We already went over that this period, though.
I could be wrong on that, but, you know, it seems like the nice guy thing to do. But
well, typically you kind of just like guide the stick, not fully pick it up for your goaltender. A chance here, passed in front on the right side, looking for a late one. 44 seconds. Lead pass off the stick, Cameron into the middle. And we're 30 seconds away from an extra frame here. Wanted too many men on the Novas there.
Certainly was close. That's the last call that you're trying to make here at this point of the game, though.
Yeah. With overtime looming, 20 seconds.
Now, if that person got a breakaway on the too many men, then yeah, you call that. But, you know, the linesmen definitely aren't going to put their arms up for that one, because that's a scary moment to call just in a regular game.
6 seconds to go to be picked up, and Duder, we're heading to our first overtime here of the weekend. 3-3. After 3, we're going to be back in just a moment with the OT. Stick around with us. All right, we are set here for our first overtime. As 15 minutes on the clock, we're gonna go 5-on-5.
Ooh.
Who's gonna score? We're in a next goal win territory.
Hey, street lights are on.
Novus shot, quick save there, and 9 seconds in. Good opportunity there on the Bombers goaltender.
This is when you're out playing ball hockey and you hear your mom yell from the back deck, supper. Next goal wins, boys, and that's the territory we're into. Free hockey, though, hey?
What more can you ask for here at the end of the U15 season? That jumps the stick of Anderson.
That's where we talked about that choppy ice here. This is the 4th period, and once again, a math equation that I'm not comfortable doing on air, but lots of hockey played on this ice.
Yeah, 17 times 3, something like that.
Yep, no idea.
48, 16 times 3, you know, bring a couple more. What are we at?
The listeners
51?
at home are going,
Anyway.
just give up, guys.
Nova's back to the line. Anderson, step up shot.
He's had a hard
Missed.
time with that puck a little bit here today.
Yeah, back to the middle. Handed off,
Nice
McDonald over to the left side. Shot again, rebound in front, jamming away. Nova's with a full court press. It's in the feet still. All players down low. Bombers come up with it, trying to get an on-man rush. Up here to Hayden. Hayden steps in. Hayden looking for a lane. Hayden can't get that one off. Anderson works him off into the boards there on the right side. Hayden and Anderson in on it.
Let him go. I love it. It's
Let him
overtime.
go, yeah.
Got to basically kill somebody to get a penalty, in my opinion.
Slapped in behind. And we'll have the face-off down here on the right side. And Anderson, like you said, kind of had a couple fumbles today, but what we do know about Anderson is he's a clutch player. I was trying to give him that Captain Clutch nickname based on his ACC performance and his 2 goals the other day to keep his team alive at home with a massive crowd. So not going to count number 11 out. We'll see if they send him out and try to get another OT winner out of him. One more for the history books for the Novas and Anderson.
Yes, he is certainly going to see some ice time here if this one goes the distance.
Picked up and now going for a skate. Way offside by Watt. Complaining that he got pushed in by Anderson.
I just don't, not understanding where the whistle comes from. They didn't actually play the puck offside, but I mean, really, it means nothing at all at this point. There's good heads up at the blue line, though, to realize that they were offside, but that's kind of one of those sneaky plays from the defender. You just want to push that guy in the line a little bit on the rush, and it's not a penalty, so might as well.
Bombers trying to implement their strategy there where they touch it at the red line, but a few feet behind it on that touch, it'll head for the icing. And we see
Another look at Coach Sim there.
Coach Sim, who looks like he's part of the boards there with that all black jacket and pant combo with the toque, supporting his team out here, and the all black jerseys. That one handed off on the left side, entered over the blue line. It stopped. Ran into the boards there. Sim, he'll poke it back in behind for Cameron, though. The 2 Pictou County U13 AAA teammates looking to connect here, but it's pressure in the zone end, and Sim goes down again. Now a man sneaking down in front. McKinnis pass across. McKinnis shot, save. Tried to bury it, but read like that dude or Dr. Seuss book all over it in net and offside.
Oh, that had that feel of one good chance at one end and then an opportunity at the other. Luckily for the Novas, they get called on the offside there, but what a save there from Janes. Like back door, point blank, and what a shift there from that line. Davidson, McGinnis, and I think it was McDonald maybe, but they just continued to press and press and press, and they're first on pucks like dogs out there.
Looks like it was Heb as that third man as they just headed off right in front of me.
Oof.
And Davidson, McKinnis, and Heb all take a seat there for a moment to regain their breath. Couple minutes into overtime here, up the right side, sent down, and a lot of icings here in the first few minutes of OT.
Lewis took a bump there in the head. He's going to go to the bench, a little bit shaken up. You could hear kind of the cage rattle. It was just one of those random weird collisions through the middle of the ice, both guys looking opposite ways, and they ran into each other, but hopefully Lewis is okay. We'll keep an eye on him. He's just going to go back, and maybe his ears are ringing or something like that, but they're going to check in on him.
Picked up back to the blue line. Stepping in to the middle. Anderson hands off to Ellis. Ellis shoots. Glove save through traffic. Nice job. He's been pretty hot with that glove, especially on this side of the ice. That thing comes through and always looks like it has eyes, but stop right before hitting the mesh.
Certainly a good vantage point from up here from that shot, and definitely looked like that puck had a chance to go into the back net, but Janes there once again, top of the crease, down in the butterfly. Nice save.
Down into the corner, Williams. Williams gets that pass off and looking for a stretch, intercepted. Have to tag up here. McDonald picks up. McDonald into the end boards. Chop that on the right into the feet. That bounces down. Bombers here on the left side looking for the lead pass. Catches it up to the middle. Hayden trying to hold the man off, and it'll go down as we await the ref's call. Holding and going at it there. Oh, and an extra chop and a punch right here in front of us.
Some nasty stuff here in overtime.
Pretty tame game, but I guess the extra frame brings out the best or worst in all of us, depending on how you look at it.
So it is going to be a penalty, though, Anderson. And you know what?
Yeah.
Despite it being overtime, that's a penalty that the coach isn't going to be too upset over. Hayden in the clear, got a stretch pass, and you know it's very rare that you see somebody beat Anderson in a foot race. He got back in time, but it's a penalty there in overtime, so a great opportunity here for the Bombers.
And old Tatesy gets another plumbing and heating power play. Ian Tate, make sure you check out that for all your plumbing and heating. Picked up on the left side, so now a chance here for the Bombers. Try to finish this one off. Picked up in behind. Duncan Anderson, one of the PKers as well in the box. So
he plays in all areas.
Picked up, moving to McLennan. McLennan into the left side corner. Bombers grab. Quickly down, then back up. Hayden, that puck stopped and trying to keep it out. Oh, and hit touch with the high stick, so a bit of a break there for the Novas.
I mean, that's a tough one. What do? You don't touch the puck, they get an opportunity to jump in on an odd man rush, or you do touch the puck and you have a defensive zone face-off. Lose-lose situation, so you got to touch that one up.
For the most part, I suspect a coach would want you to touch that, right? No point in sitting there and staring at the puck.
Nope, not with the black jersey right there, waiting for it to come loose.
McLennan, he hands it back to McKenzie, who eye off the prize for a moment. It'll exit the zone and killing about 10 seconds off this power play. Got to play with some urgency here, dudes. You're in overtime. Up the left side, Hayden. Hayden brings it in, shot blockered away as he looks to snap one by.
Good job to use a defender as a screen.
McLennan down the left side, Hayden. Hayden in behind, centering pass, right side, under the stick of Cohen. He has the tying goal, almost had the winner. And the Novas work it back. 1-on-2, McDonald, individual effort, puts that one in and a save made the other end.
That classic end-to-end action here in this overtime. Chance at one end, chance at the other, and a little bit of urgency, yes, for sure, but you know, you still want to be not tentative, but a little more strategic in your movements, especially with the man advantage here in overtime. It only takes the one.
10:35 to go in the first overtime period. 52 seconds of power play time remains, but the Novas gonna get some time, trying to bail out their captain, their leader here. Up the right side, chopped off. Sent in Croft, no high stick on that one. It's over to Cameron. Cameron with the crossovers, plays back to Sim.
Ooh.
Sim cut moves. He'll go, he's looking for a spinorama. Get hauled down over there to McLean. McLean, drop back, Williams.
Good read.
Into the corner. Bombers pick up some numbers. Trying to regain possession. Grabbed on the corner wall and sent down, and that'll take us to the end of the power play, so no dice for the Bombers there. 5 seconds to go. Into the middle. Played off the left side. Anderson's going to rejoin. Immediately out onto the ice. McLean drop back, slap from the point. Cameron, and snared with pressure in front, and a pretty good save there by Forens.
Yeah, I like that he stayed up, didn't go down into the butterfly there. That would have got dangerous had he gone down. Might have got up near the chin area there, and that's kind of where it gets iffy. But a good read there by Forens. Out at the top of the crease, stays up out of the butterfly, and makes a save here and a big one. Every save in overtime is big.
Over to Anderson. Gets that pass across. Shot down the right side. It's stick handled. Sharp angle. That's going to be blockered away.
Shaniki.
Back to Watt. Watt into his hand. Sent back. Down low. Anderson. Anderson. Up the right here to Watt. Watt enters over the blue line. Against the end boards. Picked up. Grabbed by Fleet. Fleet hands off left side. Low shot. Looking for it. And the first chance by the Novas here in a little while out of overtime.
Has a good idea there. Get a shot to the net. You got bodies in front, and it looked like he was looking for that little deflection there on the back post. But Jane's out there taking away that angle once again. We got ourselves an old-fashioned goalie duel here in this one. And despite there being 6 goals on the board, there are plenty of scoring chances in this game.
Face off. One in behind McInnes. McInnes trying to get it out to the right side, still battling for it. Down along the boards and a push there, knocking over the Bombers defender. And looking for a lane now, Cohen. Cohen turning on the Jets to the middle. Cohen drags that around, kind of slows up his pace.
Good job by Sim there. Just ran a little bit of a screen, nothing too crazy, but just enough to get in the lane there to slow down the forechecker.
Cohen slaps at that, in towards the middle on a turnover, backed over. Cohen, shot, save made as he winds up for a slapper and a penalty here in front after the play.
Cross-checking, wow.
And the Novas coach throws his arms out like, what are we doing here? 8:12 to go. McInnes heads off for the cross-check. And it'll be an Ian Tate plumbing and heating power play. 2 fresh power play minutes on the clock, and the Bombers with another man advantage here in overtime looking to end it.
Yeah, 2 opportunities here in overtime. You got to come through here if you're the Bombers. And you can see the energy, all the Bombers players up on their feet, same as the Novas. And make no mistake, folks, these 2 teams both want this.
Back to the blue line. Over to McKenzie. McKenzie down the left side. Picked up by Hayden.
2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of penalty, 6:48.
Gonna battle for that down in the corner. It seems like we're on the verge of a goal here, dudes. Picked up in front. That one stopped and fired out.
That's a great job by the Bombers there to outman the puck down there and get themselves a loose puck and get it down the ice.
McKenzie. Hands off to McIntosh. McIntosh snaps it over to Cohen. McIntosh gonna have to bring it in, or come back onside as they circle back on the right. McKenzie. Not exactly the cleanest break-in we've seen, but they're in the zone. Back to Cohen.
Good read.
Cohen up the right. Back to McIntosh. Over to the left side, one-timer shot, read that. Forward shoots it into the boards here, and that one was fired off. And with 55 seconds left to go in the power play, 7:07 in the period.
Sorry about yelling in your ear there, folks, but we're right up here in the crowd, and there is a large group of people down there, but luckily they were paying attention here on this one.
Face off on the left. Bouncing puck. Cohen gets tripped up. Cohen falls under his own volition, but
the whole domino effect.
Yeah. Trips on the blue line, I guess we'll say.
That's a dangerous spot out there on the ice.
Down the left, Hayden. Hayden to the middle, looking for a clean shot, won't get it. Spinning around, puck grabbed, still in the power play. Cohen, low shot. Was he looking for a slap pass there, or a snap pass?
The 2 black jerseys going to that back post. They just weren't able to get their stick down, so good tie up in front by the Novas D.
Back to McKenzie, 19 seconds on the power play. He'll hand it off to the right side, Cohen. Off in front. Next goal wins here. We're over halfway done our overtime period. Grabbed, fired out. Here for McKenzie again.
A big kill by the Novas. What can you say about that? 2 big kills in overtime here. Not an easy task, but a job well done.
Offside there. Sim A little overzealous, will bring himself in. 6:03 to go in the fourth in the overtime period.
Technically, you still were correct.
That's what they have up on the screen here.
Yep. Fortunately, the scoreboard only does numbers.
So fresh legs out at the end of the power play.
This is where you got to find it if you're the Novas. 2 big kills, use that to your advantage. Take that moment and run with it.
McLean into the end boards. Picked up, looking to go up the side. It's Nova's rushing at Watt. Haven't been into the offensive zone in a few minutes. Now they'll get it down. Cameron onto that puck first. He'll look to wrap around. Up through the middle. Grabbed by Ellis, handed off Novas. Lead pass, picked up by Fleet, and now numbers here for the Novas. To the middle, shot, jumping off the stick and into the end boards. Watt finishes his pick and Anderson grabs it. His hit, sorry. Over to McLean. Fleet goes pancakes there, and McLean looking for the pass across. Sim and Tight's gonna hold. Sim looking for a stick over. Won't get it. No sticks on the ice, pushed over behind the net. Nova's now one on the lane.
They got to go. They got 2 players caught down deep here, and just at the end of the shift, though, was Watt, so not much he could do about other than get the line and get it deep.
Over to the right, it'll be chopped back in.
Oh.
Ref goes down.
Hard, too. He's slow to get up. That hurt. Choppy ice down there.
Over to Anderson. Anderson kisses that off the glass. Heb gets cut off. Little pressure there in behind. Davidson cut in front, stopped.
That's just the way Davidson rolls, man, right to the net.
On the right side, holding off the stick. Cutting in, looking for a lay-in shot. That one high, gonna wrap the glass and stay alive. Nova's down here now. McInnes stops and into the end. The defender turned over, and now 1-on-4 here for the Bombers. Hayden picks it up. Hayden backhands it down. Tucker's going to wrap in behind. Going to be turned over and up the wall, kept in Bombers. Nova's now hand off to Heb. Heb, lead pass over to McDonald. McDonald shoots, hits the side of the net. Anderson comes back to try to help out for the D. Gets a stick on it. It's loose on the corner still. Backing around, chopped that at once. Anderson slaps it around, rolls off the stick at Jones. McIntosh hands that off. Bombers into the right side. Now on the end boards, looking in a cut off, and a little more urgency needed here from the Novas. Picked up through the middle, Novas. Cut move to the left side, 3:11 to go. Slap back on. Haven't had a whistle in a moment. Up to McDonald. Past the stick. In behind to Williams. No icing.
Puck, bouncing puck, but at the same time, it's going to slow things down, so you got to bear down on these passes.
Cohen cutting to the middle. Cohen hands off. Jumps
Bouncing
off
puck.
the stick.
I'm wondering now if this one goes the distance, are they going to have a flood?
Yeah, I'm curious about that too.
But we will find out.
Perhaps. We still got 2:39 though to determine a winner. Back in behind. Now cut back the other way. Watt looking for some space.
Now's
Watt
the time.
has a man in front. Shot. Save made with the glove.
Knuckler there, like we talked about earlier in the game, Jeff. That goalie's set for that hard shot, and that one kind of got, I don't know what it hit or if they just fanned on it because of the rolling puck, but it was a knuckling puck there that could have easily fooled him, but good job by James to stay dialed in here. Did you have a look at him in your screen?
Face off here on the left. Up the wall. It'll jump back on into the feet. Second here for the Bombers to pull back. Over here. Rolls up the stick of Cameron. Brought in. Left side. Stopped up. Pass connects. Bombers. Over to Hayden. Hayden stops. Hayden to the right side. Toe dragged around, looking for a shot, looking for the perfect shot left side. Save made by the Novas goaltender Florence.
I think if Hayden got everything on that, he had a chance to put that in.
Yes, sir. That one up high. Looking for it again, but another save made. 1:51 to go in overtime, so we've gone for 13 plus minutes in the extra frame. Face-off will be here to the left. Centering pass, still loose on the corner. Gonna jam away once at it, and that'll get a cover.
Yeah, jam play at the side of the net here. You got to do anything in your power to get that puck across that line and play till you hear that whistle. Nothing to lose at this point. Last game of the season.
Face off here. It's kicking around the feet. Hayden. Hayden moving. Hayden backhand. It's loose in front for a second. All 5 Novas piled up in front there. 90 seconds to go in our first overtime. Over to Cameron. Hits the stick. Played off on the left side. Shot. Won't get through. Novas now stick handling. Davidson the long way around. He'll take it and chip it for the icing. 1:14 to go. An extra push behind the play there.
Fun fact about the Bombers this year that we found out before the game, 0 suspensions in their season. I have more suspensions in my beer league than the Bombers do all season, so that's nice to hear. You know, it's staying out of the box is kind of a key portion of this, and they've had a couple opportunities on the power play here, speaking of penalties, so got to think something's going to give here at some point. Not sure what the next period's like there, as we may not even get to it.
Yeah, no suspensions for a whole season. Pretty impressive at this level. Don't know how many teams can claim that. Watt on the right side. 1 minute to play here in the overtime period. Picked up by the Bombers. Bombers head up the left side. Picked up by Williams. Williams brings it in. Williams stops, shot, save made there in front. A nice save by Florence. Nova's looking for a lane the other way. Novas have seldomly been in the offensive zone here in this overtime. Hand off, right side shot, save made Janes, 38 seconds to go.
This is that time of the game where it's just flash and dash each way. Carry the puck one way, carry the puck the other. You saw Anderson jump up in the play there, and wouldn't that be sweet for him on home ice? But Janes, man, these goalies, this is a long season, and they got a tough job, and you know, they're the last line of defense out there, so they're feeling it a little more out there, but a great job by these young goaltenders here.
Puck tied up there in the middle, shot high. Novas got the look there with 34 to go. That one right ramps up off the stick.
Yeah, I don't know what that hit, but what an opportunity there. Sim just got tangled up off the face-off and kind of lost his assignment there for a moment.
We're gonna hold there for the draw. It'll be to the right side and flicked on, knuckle puck, and now foot race to it the other way, 27 seconds.
Not sure how Hayden has anything left in the tank here.
Up through the middle, poked at. McDonald on the stick again, 16 seconds, one last chance here perhaps for the Novas. Ellis, pass off, shot, missing wide on the right. That gets a big reaction from the crowd. 6 seconds, Davidson finishes his hit on Sim.
Yeah, you got to know he's not
Pass
going
in
to
front,
the buzzer.
won't get it, and it'll head out. And we'll get the whistle, and they will do. No, we're still waiting, and they will do the ice as. Looks like we're heading off, so now a 10-minute break coming. They're gonna do the ice, and we'll be back for 4-on-4 overtime after this. So are we gonna get down to 1-on-1? I don't know, but for the next one, it's gonna be 4-on-4 in about 10 minutes. We'll see you for that.
We're back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to High Button Sports. Another 20 on the clock here. We are down to 4-on-4 for our second OT. As we look for a winner, we'll head to center and get her going.
A little more open ice out here now, so look for a few more opportunities.
Also a little bit more energy, dudes. Got to sit for 10 for these guys, so we're not just jumping back into it. So maybe a little more zest into some of these plays, a little more energy than we saw in that first overtime period.
Yeah, I think things are going to open up here. And I heard Coach Sim down there in the dressing room just saying, let's go have some fun, boys. You know, hockey's a fun game, and we're in a cool scenario here, so let's just enjoy the moment.
Down the right side, remember we do have our final coming up at 1 between the Gulls and the Bandits, 2 high button teams all season long playing in the High Button Bowl, otherwise known as the U15 Provincial Finals. Whatever you want to call it, we don't really care. Back to the line, into the feet, that's going to be down the right side. Novas, turn it over, McIntosh looking for that puck. Watt, little self-pass behind the back and picks it up on the other side. Don't know if you're getting away with that on 5-on-5, but 4-on-4, have at her.
The old opposite dump. Smart play, though. Keep your possession and give yourself much more space here to break out.
Ellis over. McDonald's going to bring that in. McDonald heads off to the left side. Sharp shot and didn't catch him off guard, but not a bad shot from the exterior.
I think Janes thought the pass was coming, so he started to cheat there for a sec, but ends up making a real nice save.
Hayden with a cut move. He'll head into the end boards. Not when there's no one down low to really help him.
Look at him go, though.
Into the feet, still with it. Eventually gets knocked over, face plants, and we'll get back up and try to join the play. But meanwhile, we'll head 2-on-2 the other way. McDonald, shot high, rebound, comes out to the right side. Gico joins the play as Hayden heads off. Cameron on as well now. Down here in front, Davidson. Davidson hit in behind for Anderson. In through the middle. Sent down, stopped by Forrence. Nova's pulled back. Whew. Nice crossovers. Entering here, picking up some speed. Nova's poked off the stick. Bombers looking for the stretch, or looking for the pass out, and it'll head back to Cohen. Cohen down the left side. Cohen gains the red line, now the blue. Everyone's onside. Croft picks it up. Pass over to Cohen. Cohen gets the pass. Oh, the shot hits the pad on the outside of the net there. Cohen again back to the middle. Stepping up, shot high, and it's snared out of the air with 12:24 to go. We'll get a look down as 12:24 to go in our second period. A hotter start here in this overtime than the first one.
Yeah, we're starting to get the overflow for the gold medal game here. The fans piling in here, so a little extra exciting to end this one here.
Exactly. We were supposed to have a little bit of a break, but oh well. We'll just head right into the finals at this rate.
Doesn't bother me one bit. I'm here anyways, and these are the best day of the year is Championship Sunday at the final event.
Into the feet. Grabbed and now picked up the left side. Hayden has it knocked off the stick, and Fleet will circle back. Fleet hands it off to the right now. Up over the blue line, handed off McIntosh. Misses the stick, and now Bombers looking for a lane. Bombers, lots of room out there in the 4-on-4. Gonna have to hand that off. Bombers stopped at the stick. Davidson gets spun around as he couldn't do it in one motion, and it allowed time for the rest of the Bombers to come back and break up that play. And along the end boards now.
I can watch him play all day, man.
You gonna grab his number after this or what?
I know his number, 22 White.
I meant his phone number, but fair enough. Wrapping around here from the back end to the right side. No, Davidson is a good player, and he's a unique player in this league, like, to your point. Plays with that edge, you'd kind of see it of like a Corey Perry or something like that. And they're, at this point, you know, the guys are still looking to shoot, kind of work on the skates, all sort of that stuff. But if you can shift your focus into becoming that player, it'll help out, and it'll make yourself a unique, valuable player, like you've been saying.
He's just got a crazy motor. He just doesn't stop. He's first on the puck. He just almost refuses to be second to the puck, it feels like.
Anderson shot, scores, and Duncan Anderson scores another big one, and the Bombers will lose and the Novas will win 4-3 here late, and they'll jump on, and that's just all the emotions being let out right here. McInnes is going to rejoin the fray, and everyone will celebrate, and to end the season on a big goal at home with the win. Duncan Anderson, what do we say? Captain Clutch, and I think he's officially earned that nickname.
I mean, a very fitting finish here for the Novas and Anderson. And before we get into that, you got to congratulate the Bombers here. They trailed in this game late. They clawed back. They got things tied up. They had a couple power plays in overtime that they weren't able to capitalize on. They kept going. But a real good showing here from the Wearwell Bombers here in the Provincials. Top 4 teams in the province. A team that was no suspensions all year, went through their ups and downs, lost their coach for a little bit there, and geez, what a fitting there for the Novas, though. Duncan Anderson, captain of this team, provincial and playoff MVP, and right there we saw a little glimpse of that speed and skill, that fresh ice there, and what a finish to this game, Jeff.
Absolutely, the Bombers aren't going to be going anywhere, but right now it is the Novas moment with 4:20 into our second overtime, buried for the 4-3 win.
You see Coach Sim down there, not on your screen, going by every single guy, giving them a personal message, and you know, you can see the defeat on their face, but a great job. Croft, a first-year player here, going to get MVP honors in this game, and congratulations to him, and hard-fought battle, and always a little tougher to take the player of the game in a losing effort, but great job nonetheless.
And player of the game awards for your Novas, goaltender number 31.
Yeah, pretty easy choice there. Leo Forrence picking up player of the game honors, and quite frankly, in a game that goes to double overtime, there are many candidates for this, but goaltender held his ground and kept the Novas in this one right to the very end, and comes up with the bronze medal here, so congratulations to him and his team.
Congratulations to the Novas, ending on a positive note here, the host team. Lots of bodies in the building supporting, and a victory there on an exciting game. So we're going to leave it down to Belly, and they're going to give the medals out here. So we're going to take a beat up here in the booth, and we'll stick with it on the ice and let the awards be given out.
Thank you very much, folks, for tuning in, and we'll see you here in about 40 minutes for the next one.
See you then.
Presentations go to number 29, Jack Bell.
Attaboy, Jack!
Hunter McDonald.